I'd see him sitting on that couch all day long, just staring at that Hollywood hogwash.
Our favorite show was Hollywood Hogwash.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hollywood Hogwash. I'm Andrew Pisano, along with my brother Joe Pisano, Josh Reese, and Aaron Rosa.
God.
It's official.
Oh my God.
We just watched the worst movie of all time.
God.
No arguments.
God.
Jesus.
Josh,
I
thoughts?
hate Spider-Man now, maybe? I
Yeah,
don't know.
sure.
Like, I feel bad for... it's terrible.
Who was the bad guy? Aaron.
It was Spider-Man.
It was Spider-Man.
El-
was Spider-Man.
How
No.
dare you?
It was El Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's
El-
racist.
It was
Don't
a
say that.
Peruvian
Is it?
Spider-Man. I have no idea what his plight was. I don't know how he got his powers. I don't know why he was mad.
Well, I mean, I could guess how he got his powers.
Well,
then
no.
Then he's
Andrew-
Spider-Man.
Probably got bit by a spider.
No, you don't do that because this movie shows you exactly how things happen.
Yeah.
So I have no idea.
No.
I have no idea. I think we needed the 10-minute montage of him getting bit by 30
One thing
spiders.
we didn't need is for the movie to be longer. It was 2 hours. It felt like 4.
This movie opened. Joe said, I was hoping for a solid 80 minutes. That's what this should have been.
Yeah.
Oh, it shouldn't
2
have. It
hours.
shouldn't have been.
2 hours.
It shouldn't have been. It should have never existed.
Yeah.
This movie should have never been made. Who the fuck? First of all, no one ever cares about Madam Web.
No.
You've never ever heard in your life, hey, who are some superheroes you like? Oh, I love Madam Web. Said no one ever.
Never.
No.
I mean, we should have been drunk for this.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
we really should have. That was
Well-
our mistake.
One of us was.
All right. Well, you're
Hey.
drunk for every movie we do.
Wow.
Look, this. Okay, here's the problem with this movie. So, Back to the Future. Mm-hmm. Okay, everybody knows Eric Stoltz got cast.
Yeah.
And they got a little bit into it, and everybody realized, oh no, this
Right.
is not going to work.
Sure.
He is not it.
Right.
How did they not see her? How did they
Well,
not see her in this and go,
Dakota
oh,
Johnson
no.
is terrible. Here's the difference. Back to the Future, good movie. Great movie. Madam Web, doesn't matter who the fuck's
No.
starring in it.
No.
It was going to be shit regardless.
I don't think you could have done anything.
The
better.
problem is it's shit dialogue with a shit actress. You know what I mean?
And
a good
a
actor
shit movie.
A good actor could save bad dialogue.
Right.
But that wouldn't make this movie good. This movie is garbage.
My question is how does the Sony Cinematic Marvel universe keep on limping on?
Yeah, no kidding.
How does it keep on going?
How do they keep getting chances?
We're getting another Venom movie.
Yes.
And then we're still getting a Craven movie.
Craven at the end of the year.
And I mean, like,
Or maybe next year.
this is in association with Marvel? Like, how's Kevin Feige like, no, I don't think we can do that anymore.
Sony just wants to
We're
keep
good.
losing money.
Yeah,
It's crazy. Yeah.
I think they need AI to start writing their scripts, maybe.
Well, there's a report that they're going to start using AI for
That
movies.
might be better, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
It's probably, just for Sony and, know.
couldn't be worse.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. I mean, there were some so bad it's funny to laugh at moments in this movie, but overall it's a dumpster fire.
We laughed at the serious parts, and
Yes.
we're very serious during the laughter parts.
Yes.
We probably should have just watched Arachnophobia. A really fun spider-themed movie.
Yeah, that's true.
That was
We're
not
looking for spiders. Yeah.
this.
No.
First we have to thank some new patrons. So thank you to Ed Boren, A Tlan Tan, and Chody Loads.
Nice.
Yeah.
Chody
Yes.
Loads.
Chody Loads finally made it, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Go to patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. We just finished Fallout. That was great. And now we're moving on to The Boys, which premieres this Thursday.
Wow.
On where, Josh? Where does it premiere?
It's the Amazon TV network, right?
Amazon TV Network. Yep.
Wow.
That's what it's called.
Wow.
Well,
If you're Josh Reese.
if
Yes.
you're anybody, I think they all call it that, right?
Well,
Yes, Josh.
now I do because of you.
Exactly.
So yeah, go to patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. Watch The Boys season 4 with us. It should be a lot of fun because that
Can't
show
wait.
is awesome.
Yes.
All right, let's get to the news and rumors. So Deadline reports that the next Avengers movie may feature more than 60 characters returning to the MCU.
Returning.
Yeah.
Oh.
Doesn't sound good. I don't think that sounds like a smart idea.
How many were in that final battle?
Probably more than 60.
Not 60.
Including bad guys?
It had.
Yeah, but it was
Howard the
Thanos,
dog.
a few of his children, and then a bunch of dogs. They don't count as characters.
No, I think there was more. Plus, just all the
Thanos probably
random,
had 10 named
There's
people.
not
all the
60.
random monks.
There's
and all
not
that stuff.
60 MCU heroes.
Yeah. Sure. I don't.
What are you counting, like Aunt May and shit?
And now
They're
these
gonna bring
Madam Web
Marissa-
characters.
There's no way, bro. That would,
know.
I think that would be be a mistake. I mean, look, Infinity War had a lot of characters, but it wasn't 60 different heroes. I think that's a little absurd.
It seems
38.
like what are you going to do with 60 characters?
Endgame had 38.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, that's
So 60 's
including
a lot.
Pepper Potts, who
Right.
I guess was a hero at the end.
Yeah, I
but-
guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. Robert Downey Jr. once again, I think this is like the third time, he said he's surprisingly open-minded to play Iron Man again.
Sure.
Saying it's just crazily in my DNA, probably the most like-me character I've ever played, even though he's way cooler than I am. So
Also-
he keeps saying it.
Yeah, it's going to happen at some point. It's
Look, they do need him,
Yes.
but part of me also doesn't want to undo what they did in Endgame because it was perfect. And by changing it, but you know what I mean? By retconning it or changing it, it's gonna hurt Endgame.
Yeah.
Like looking back on it.
Yeah.
You know, just like with The Matrix, they made
Right.
the first great movie, then they just kept making more, and it made
2
you.
and 3 were still fine.
No, they weren't.
4 was terrible.
But that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
right, but when Taker retired Sean, you still were excited to see him wrestle again.
Sean?
When he
Sean?
did,
And then
Yes.
he did, Aaron.
And he
then
did.
he did, and what happened? What happened?
What happened, Aaron?
But
It was
you enjoyed
fucking
it, right?
horrible.
But you were excited.
No,
No.
I was not.
It was
Go
really
fucking
bad.
back. We were extremely worried.
We're watching our
He
heroes
came
die.
out, and he was not sexy boy Sean. He was bald, and he was cross-eyed.
It's the-
Where did sexy boy go?
It was like the equivalent of Endgame when Pepper Potts says goodbye to Tony.
Yeah.
That was the HBK match. Oh no, I don't like this part.
You can die now. Yeah. Yeah.
While
that
we're
was
on the
awful.
topic, did you guys hear who's in the running apparently to direct the next Avengers
Oh,
movie?
yes. Go
No.
ahead.
Sean Levy.
Yeah.
He's done a bunch of interesting movies. He did a few Stranger Things episodes.
Oh.
He did Free Guy. I don't know if
Okay.
you guys
Sure.
saw that one.
Yeah, I
that
love
was
Free
fun.
Guy.
He
Yeah.
also did the
The Adam Project.
I think the Night of the Museum movies.
Yes. And
And
well, come on.
What?
Tell me. What's the most recent movie?
Scroll. Oh no, it's a screenshot. He can't.
Didn't
Where are
he?
you going
Didn't
with
he
this?
direct Deadpool and Wolverine?
no,
No.
no, that's not him.
Oh, who did that one? I thought that was him. Yeah, Sean Levy.
So that's interesting because most
is.
of the things, huh?
He did.
Oh, is that in the upcoming?
Sean Levy.
sure.
Yeah, he did Deadpool
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Wolverine.
shit, okay.
He also wrote it.
Okay.
And Avengers Kang Dynasty is at least rumored to be directing.
Well,
He's
but
doing a lot of
again,
shit.
yeah, right. But
Wow.
He's rumored, but again, it's not going to be Kang Dynasty anymore. But that's what he said. He's rumored to
Right.
do the next Avengers film.
So
Yeah.
that kind of gives you a little hint of where they're trying to go with the MCU because everything he's done has been fun, lighthearted,
Sure.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
not dark, not
What
serious.
again? What have I been saying? I think Deadpool and Wolverine are starring in the next Avengers
Well,
film.
that's what I was-
It would make sense that you're going to get the
Exactly.
director of Deadpool and Wolverine to do the next Avengers
director's going to be there, you got to imagine that Wolverine and Deadpool are going to be tightly ingrained in the
They have to
future.
be because
Yeah.
if you don't bring back Robert Downey Jr., again, who do you have? You have Tom Holland, and that's it.
You need the Jackman.
Hulk.
Yeah.
You need Jackman.
Hulk is not. People don't care enough about him.
Hulk can't carry
He's not
anything.
box office. I mean, yeah, you still have Thor, and that's fine, but he's not. None of them were box office like Robert Downey Jr. was. But you know who is? It's Ryan Reynolds and it's Hugh Jackman as Deadpool and Wolverine. That meets the Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man level.
Yeah.
Where nothing else does.
I agree.
Yeah, so speaking of that, You know, the Wolverine popcorn bucket, they finally revealed it. And, you know, it's great. We all are going to fuck.
And yeah, it's fuckable for
We're
sure.
all going to fuck Wolverine's face. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Wow.
Only at AMC theaters, though. So that's a
Oh,
shame.
we got to go to an AMC?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Regal's also getting a popcorn bucket. They're teasing it. Apparently, it's going to be like baby Deadpool themed.
Oh God.
So that's going to, because, well, this movie's going to have a bunch of different Deadpool variants.
Regal was like, we don't want anybody fucking our buckets.
Yeah.
Making a baby Deadpool.
Yeah, you can't, no, you definitely can't do that one unless
baby-
you want to get arrested.
The baby popcorn Deadpool.
I mean, I would like to get the Wolverine one. It's so fucking cool, but we'll see. I
Yeah,
know.
we gotta have
It's
it
gonna
right
be one of
here,
those things where it
front
sells
and
out the
center.
first night.
For sure, for sure.
They also
People are going to be selling on eBay for $70.
Oh, absolutely. They also released a new short TV trailer, and it teases a lady Deadpool, which that's been rumored to be played by
Wifey.
Ryan Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively.
Or Taylor Swift.
Or Taylor Swift. That is true. That's been a rumor
my
as well.
God.
Aaron,
let's hope it's
You're shaking
Blake
your head,
Lively.
Aaron. You know Taylor Swift is going to be involved with this movie. She's
God,
been
I
too
hope not.
rumored. Too rumored.
Too rumored.
Too rumored.
Please.
Too rumored.
That's a new thing that Josh just created.
Too rumored.
Also, the Hollywood Reporter says Giancarlo Esposito will be a villain in Captain America: Brave New World, which
Nice.
comes out February 14th.
God
of
damn
next
it.
year.
I was not excited to watch this movie, but now I'm like, I have to watch this movie.
There's no trailer yet.
I know, but I was just like,
Yeah.
with all the reshoots that they're doing and everything, it didn't make you want to watch it. Also, Seth Rollins was cut out of the movie.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm really not interested in
Oh,
this.
he was never gonna. He was just like gonna be basically an extra,
But still, I mean, there are
like a
reasons to
featured
watch.
extra.
But like Giancarlo Esposito.
Nope,
as
that's
a,
not his name.
as a villain.
What was his name, Josh?
Giancarlo Esposito.
Jin
Evazito.
Evazito.
Ephesima?
Shut up. You know what I
He
meant.
said Giancarlo.
Giancarlo Esposito's.
Epizitas. Jesus Christ.
You know what I meant.
My God.
You know,
Thanks,
Gus
Josh.
Fring.
Just say Gus Fring.
Gus
Yeah, there
Fring.
you go. Gus Fring.
Gus Fring is going to be involved with this movie. I'm super excited. Super excited.
Josh, spell.
What? No, shut up. Shut
No,
up.
he won't do it.
No.
He can't do it.
He
I
shouldn't.
won't do it. I have too much respect for
I'm
myself.
excited to see what Harrison Ford is going to look like as Red Hulk.
Sure.
Excited / worried as fuck, but you know,
It's gonna be great.
see. It should be great. Also, you know, Josh mentioned earlier, but they released the trailer for Venom: The Last Dance. It looks just as bad as the previous films.
Oh my God.
I would say we're not going to do it, but it almost feels like it's our destiny to do it,
Our destiny.
especially mine.
I could not believe it when I saw the screen. When I saw that Venom had a scene where it was dancing with Chow.
Yeah, but you
I was
saw
like-
the other movies, Josh. He did shit like that in the other ones.
Just,
So it's not like it's anything different. The only cool part was the Venom horse.
the Venom horse was cool. Yes. And that was probably the coolest part of the movie.
It's funny
The
how they
trailer
added
almost?
more actors from the Ted Lasso show.
Yeah.
Because now it's what's her name from Ted Lasso, the blonde
yeah,
woman,
yeah.
and she's rumored to be Scream in this.
All right.
Is that a female?
That's
Venom?
a
Yeah.
symbiote.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know, comes out in October. It's gonna suck because it's the Sony
Yeah.
cinematic universe.
It's sad that Tom Hardy's locked into these.
I know.
Poor guy.
I mean, at least this is the last one. You can't have it say The Last Dance and then make more. Which is funny because the last two
Well.
movies have made a fuck ton of money despite sucking major cock. So it's kind of surprising they're not doing it. Maybe Tom Hardy's like, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
Because obviously, Spider-Man 4, the symbiote, is going to be involved. Which, in this movie, we see the fucking bad guy from Doctor Strange
Yes.
playing a different character
A good guy?
in the same MCU unit, which I'm sure they're going to eventually say he's the same guy, right? They have to. He's in the
yeah.
same universe as he already was.
Right.
He's in the Tom Holland universe when he's collecting the symbiote.
They're going to
But
do
that
the...
was a different universe.
It's not.
no,
though.
it's the same
it
universe.
is.
It's not.
It's the same.
Yeah, like Venom had to get like thrown in by.
Tom Hardy was in the Tom Holland universe, and then he left the Venom symbiote there,
Yes.
and then he got sent back to his universe.
His universe where he is in this movie.
Yes. So this movie, this Venom movie,
You understand where I'm going with this?
No, I think Joe's confused.
this
He's in a
Venom
loop.
movie will take place in the Sony verse,
Right.
but
Right.
also the Tom Holland MCU verse. It's going to take place in both.
Oh, it is.
They're trying to
How?
connect
When he's
them.
collecting the symbiote in that bar
Yeah.
with the soccer player from
Yeah.
Ted Lasso, that's from the post-credit scene in Spider-Man
I know
No Way
that.
Home.
So
but
he's
that's
just
Tom
bouncing-
Holland's universe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're trying to stop more symbiotes in that universe.
Maybe that's why they're stopping Venom, because obviously the next Spider-Man you're going to have to incorporate.
Listen,
the Venom
Joe, with all the
symbiote somehow.
multiverse stuff, I can understand how it's starting to get a little bit confusing.
I just hope
For
in the
sure.
MCU the Venom symbiote doesn't, talk, because that's not what Venom did in the comics or the cartoons or anything. He doesn't talk. And he doesn't want to party at clubs
Right.
and dance with Mrs. Chow or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's gonna suck. It looks like it's just gonna be a whole symbiote fight. A bunch of symbiotes. They're all coming to Earth now, and they're like, "Oh, this symbiote's gonna be in it." I don't care. You guys ruined Carnage.
like-
You ruined Venom. I mean, what are you gonna do with the
It's
rest?
like Transformers with symbiotes, I guess. All the
Basically.
Transformers are now coming to Earth
Yeah.
to find the Allspark.
Please do Venom right for the first time. I hope they do in the
It's not
MCU.
gonna happen,
We have
Andrew.
not had a good Venom yet.
It's not going to happen.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Also, a new trailer for Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice came out, and even though no comedy sequels 30 years later are ever good, the trailer, it looks promising.
Yeah.
If I had to bet money on it, though, I would still guess it's gonna be bad.
It looks
because they've
scary.
never
Michael
been
Keaton,
good.
come on.
Did you see the Flash?
What is the Flash?
That was Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
30
but
years later as
He was
Batman.
good. He was good.
But the movie sucked.
This
Well,
movie,
I gotcha. But this is all about him, though.
this movie is going to be Flash. It's going to be the only good scenes are Michael Keaton,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
and everything outside of that is going to be garbage.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
It is interesting though, because Aaron told me this fun fact about the trailer, because Aaron, being probably the biggest Beetlejuice fan here, looked up, you watched a trailer breakdown, right, on YouTube, you told me, and they revealed what about Monica Bellucci?
Do we want to spoiler alert this?
I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the trailer. It's not really a spoiler alert. Yeah, there's the one scene from the first movie where he's trying to get with Lydia, and
Winona.
he's like, he pulls out the finger with the ring on it, and it's like, oh, she meant nothing to me.
Yeah.
And then Monica Bellucci, she's missing a finger.
So they're
So
thinking that's related?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And watching the trailer, it's obvious that Beetlejuice will be the hero in this one instead of the villain.
That's how they do it usually. Yeah.
Because everyone loves him now.
Right.
Terminator 2. Yep.
Exactly. Yes. If Heath Ledger would have lived, Joker would have been a hero in Dark Knight Rises.
How dare you? Maybe. Help Batman?
That would have been fucking amazing.
I don't want to see you die.
God, I mean, that
would've been great.
That's, if I could change one thing about the history of film, it's that Heath Ledger doesn't die, and we get to see what he would have done in Dark Knight Rises.
Because no one said he was
That's-
going to be in it,
That's
right?
my big. Oh, he was absolutely
I
going to be in
can't
it.
kill you?
That's my biggest what if
Yeah.
in film.
Joke, Heath Ledger's face turn in.
Oh, man.
No, I mean, some people I kind of maybe he would have taken Scarecrow's place as the judge, but that wouldn't have been good enough for
No,
Joker. I mean, everyone thinks Batman would have visited him in Arkham, or he would have been released like all the other prisoners, and then, goddamn.
Yeah.
Someone write Andrew a fanfic on Joker's face turn. We'll get him to play it out here.
Fucking, what's the sleeping pill he took?
Sleeping pill?
Yeah, he died because he overdosed on Ambien. Fucking
that's
Ambien.
right.
Fucking
right.
Ambien. Fuck you, Ambien. But yes, Beetlejuice comes out September. Sorry, what were you saying? Also, The Last of Us showrunners told Deadline that season 2 is only going to be 7 episodes, which is 2 less than season 1. But they said a potential third season will be significantly larger. Which makes, both season 2 and 3 are going to be Last of Us 2. The Last of Us 2 video game, because it's so much bigger than the first game, and there's something that happens within the few hours of playing the second game, and that's gonna be the season finale of season 2 for sure.
Yeah, they're clearly splitting that up into 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Has to be.
But they said a potential third season will be significantly larger. Also, Jeffrey Wright is reprising his role as Isaac from the second game, and he'll be in season 2.
Oh, that actor was in the game.
Yeah.
I like
that's
Jeffrey
cool.
Wright.
That's
Yes.
cool. Great
Yeah.
actor.
So that's cool. But yeah, that's coming out sometime next year, hopefully early 2025. But we'll see. Also, Deadline reports Chris Hemsworth is in talks to star in the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover movie. That's good. They need that.
Transformers, Joe.
I
Right?
know. This is
They
good.
need him.
I'm cautiously optimistic about this casting. We'll
Right.
see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, they're really all just silly movies made for children. That's what they are. Just like the last one.
Children and men over 45.
There you go.
40.
Chris,
How old are you again?
42. Close.
But
42, over
Chris
42.
Hemsworth is really good, and it's a silly, fun movie, kind of like the last couple Thors. Like
Yeah.
he's fun to watch.
Right.
He really is.
Yeah.
Also, Variety reports a series adaptation of 300 is currently in the works as a prequel to the 2006 film, with director and co-writer Zack Snyder in talks to direct.
Damn, that's big.
I never saw the sequel. Did anyone see it? No, I never had any interest.
301.
Yeah. No, we have to call it 302 just because it's the second one. But yeah, I never really had interest. I don't think I'll watch this either, though. But yeah. Also, Evangeline Lilly, who plays the Wasp in the MCU, revealed that she's stepping away from acting. She said, "I might return to Hollywood one day, but for now, this is where I belong." So I guess she's not one of the ones returning for Avengers.
They already
Not
shot
one of the
all of her
60?
scenes. They already
Yeah.
shot all of her scenes.
But I mean, we saw her in the last movie. I mean,
not
look,
that
Ant-Man 3 was just terrible, but she was awful in it. She looked like she did not want to be there, which I don't blame her, I guess, because the movie was so bad.
Right.
But yeah,
But I never really liked her in Ant-Man or the Wasp either.
she was fine.
She was fine.
I didn't think she was that great of an actress. That's me, though. That's me.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own cup of tea.
No, she's not like, I have to watch this movie because of her.
No.
You're right.
No, definitely
It's all
not.
Paul Rudd, those movies.
For sure. Also, The Lion King is returning, the original, the cartoons, returning to theaters for its 30th anniversary on July 12th.
Aw.
Should we do that one? No?
No, it's too good.
Too good?
Too good.
I've always said it, to me, it's like, I think it's the best kids movie ever because it's so
it's
fucking
tragic.
serious.
It's tragic.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's still singing and dancing like all the Disney films, but I think it's the best story.
Yeah, no.
Which obviously they just ripped off Hamlet, but still, it's really good.
And they just keep on bastardizing it with all the other movies they do off of it.
Well, yeah, because now they're coming out with Mufasa, the Lion
Mufasa,
King,
yeah.
which is another live
Soon
action.
the Timba and
well,
Simone.
live action,
Simone
but just
spinoff?
realistic CGI. That's all it is.
Exactly.
I mean, it's really the ultimate Andrew Disney movie. Death.
Death. That's
Sadness.
it. Yep. That's
awful. Yes.
Uh-huh. That's what I
Miserable.
love, Aaron. Can't help it.
Everyone dies.
Can't help myself. Also, documentary filmmaker Morgan Spurlock, famous for Super Size Me, died at the age of 53 due to cancer.
Yeah.
So that movie really,
What
it
a-
finally got him. Eating McDonald's for a month?
What a guy. So, did you guys hear the whole background with this guy?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What a fuck.
Well, say it. Might as well tell everyone else.
everybody.
Yeah, McDonald's is healthy. It's fine.
Okay.
Just don't drink
Right.
yourself to
Yes.
death.
Sorry. I forgot. Just the way I love death in movies, Aaron loves getting McDonald's at 3 a.m. That's right.
That's right.
But no, they found out that, he was claiming McDonald's was given, which obviously, yeah, McDonald's is terrible
not great for you, yeah.
But he also had a bad liver due to alcohol.
He was a massive, massive alcoholic when he was filming the movie, and he was like, "Oh, it's McDonald's. It's killing
Yeah.
you."
Right.
That's
like
a
the
problem,
scene where
right?
he's throwing up, in his car. It's like, yeah, it's probably because he was
That might have been
wasted.
drinking.
Wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's all I have. Do you guys have anything else?
I thought this was kind of interesting. I know we didn't see season 3 of The Righteous Gemstones.
No,
but
not yet.
season 4 has just started filming.
I gotta finally watch that.
I got to finally watch it.
Joe, you watched it, right?
Oh, you haven't watched it? You
Not
love
yet.
him.
Not
I know.
season 3.
Well, because we
Not
were
season
thinking
3.
about doing it for the Patreon, but it just
Oh, right.
it got away from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still want to watch that.
Same. Especially
It's-
before season
It's
4
just
comes out.
it's so him.
Yeah,
You know, he's a spoiled brat.
of course.
You know, son
No,
of.
I watched the first 2 seasons. I just haven't watched season 3.
We just haven't seen season 3 yet.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
super
it's good.
excited to watch
I like
that.
3.
I want to watch that, and then I really want to watch X-Men 97 because
It's good, Andrew.
Eric Hamilton's told me that it's amazing. Oh, you watched all of it now?
Yeah, watch it all. It's
Yeah.
good shit.
All right. Anything else?
The only other thing I had was I know we all hated Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
It apparently surpassed to be the biggest. No,
You fucked it up. It's
I
not
fucked it up.
Godzilla versus Kong. It's Godzilla X Kong.
God
That's the
damn
new
it!
one.
Come on, you know what I meant. You know what I meant.
Yeah, obviously, but I had to correct you.
Yes. So it surpassed it by $2 million. Skull Island was the previous biggest monster movie.
Oh, okay. Well,
568 million.
I need to watch
was the
Skull
previous.
Island again. It's so fucking amazing.
I feel like it's
Easily the
always
best monster
on
movie
either
ever.
a flight or
Amazing.
somewhere. I'm always
Yeah.
watching some of it.
But like, I need to watch it from start to finish.
Hey, is the X-Men, the 97 X-Men or whatever show that came out, is it like every episode is like continuing the storyline?
Yes.
Because like I feel like a lot of those cartoons,
It's not like What If.
they fight one bad guy. It's like a comic book. They fight one bad guy and they resolve
No,
it.
they're
at the end.
telling a whole story throughout the whole season.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really good.
I'd be more interested in that. I didn't know that.
Right.
It's not rated R, but it's for adults.
What else we got?
That's it.
Aaron?
A couple of quick things. So we've talked about The Last Ronin, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
We're going to have a movie coming out. Apparently, one of the writers of the Last Ronin comic, he wants Judith Hoag. She played April O'Neil in the original, like, 80s, 90s movie to come out.
Yeah.
He wants her to reprise her role
As April O'Neil.
as April.
As 6-year-old April.
And that's,
And then let me guess, Michelangelo's going to be fucking her.
see, that's too real for me because
What is happening right now?
if you know anything about this storyline, it's dark.
The Last
It's
Ronin
bad.
is all the Ninja Turtles die except for Michelangelo, and then it becomes very dark.
Very-
And it's Michelangelo like going on a revenge tour or a
Right.
vengeance tour.
That's the
Right.
last. He's
Yeah.
Ronin.
Yeah.
So is Ronin in every universe a guy who was good that turns bad? And
Yes.
Does that mean something?
It
Seriously.
must. It must.
So if we bring her in, then it's basically like these are our Ninja Turtles that we grew up with, and they're all dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if I can handle that.
Let me see.
That's a little too
What
much.
has she been doing? I had a
It
crush
seems
on
like
her back in the day.
it's like
I mean, nothing.
it seems like they're going with like the Logan, you know,
Right.
Like it's Logan or something.
Right, exactly.
wow.
That's a little much for
Could
me.
be awesome though.
They keep bringing back the
I bet you.
turtles.
I bet you. They're not gonna look like he's not gonna look like he did in the '80s. That'd be hilarious. If they did that. It's
right.
just like a guy in a fucking costume.
Right. How are they going to do that? Like
I don't know. We'll see.
we'll see.
Because they didn't look good in those live action versions that they made like 10 years ago. They look
No.
terrible.
No.
So that's a question for sure.
Yeah.
Miss O'Neill, I have a message for you.
Yeah.
Close it.
Anything else?
Yeah, just a couple other quick things. So, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is coming out soon. There's a rumor that there's going to be a campaign in the game that's going to be 9/11.
There's no fucking way.
Well, look,
There's no way.
it's fucking wild because if you think about it, do we play games that's World War II now? Like there's Pearl Harbor, there's storming of Normandy.
That was 80 years ago.
Right, but what's the amount of time where it's like this is fine, this is okay to do?
Probably not 20 years.
Like, is it 20 years? I don't know.
So
but
what would
hold
they
on,
do?
hold on.
What would they do in it?
But what would you be?
Are they
You'd
running up
just be
the towers and then
Yeah,
before they
there
collapse?
wasn't people shooting people at the fucking Twin Towers.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
That would be insane.
I'm just saying.
But it's probably just you're in Afghanistan or some shit.
Maybe it's a world where the Twin
But what,
Towers existed. and
Are you
they're
just like a
trying
person
to-
working in the Twin Towers and then the plane gets hit and you have to escape the
No.
building before
no,
it falls?
I doubt that because it's
That's
a
horrible.
it's a world. So it's like a multi-person shooter game. So I mean, like maybe it's like after the Twin Towers crashed and they're trying to like shoot people there. I don't know.
No,
It's just a
that
rumor.
didn't happen.
I don't
Josh.
think this is going to be.
We'll see
soon.
because a lot of their trailers they've been showing like Clinton. It's in that kind of time of. So we'll see.
Maybe
I
there'll
don't
just
know,
be
but-
a cutscene where they show the Twin Towers get hit. But
don't
obviously,
know.
there's not going to be a shooting scene there,
don't
like a
know.
fucking gunfight.
We'll see. But like Bush and Clinton have been in the trailers, so everybody's kind of
Okay.
curious how this is going to play out. The last
Yeah.
thing I had, there's a trailer for a new Starship Troopers game coming out in October. Casper Van Dien is reprising his role as Rico.
Rico.
I watched the trailer. It looks right. Like if you watched the movie and you loved the movie, it looks right. It's got the same ridiculous, awesome tone. I'm really excited about this game.
All right, that's cool. Last thing I want to do is just talk about recent stuff we saw. If you want to bring anything up, but I saw Furiosa, and it did really bad in theaters, but I thought it was great. You know, it was action packed, just like the last Mad Max movie. And Chris Hemsworth was awesome as the villain.
That's great.
He was very entertaining.
Is it true there's less than 40 lines of dialogue in the movie?
No,
Okay.
no, the actress has it. She has less than 40 lines, but so does Mad Max. I mean, Mad Max only had 60 lines in the Mad Max movie. That's kind of the point of the characters, is that they don't really talk much. The main character, but Chris Hemsworth spoke a whole lot, and it was great. It was a really good movie. I would go see it. If you liked, Fury Road, you'll like this one. It's just people didn't see it because it was like, oh, you made a Mad Max movie without Mad Max. Which I get, like Sony's making all these Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I get it. But it was
not
still
great.
really good. Also, I saw the Tetris film, which was on Apple TV.
Oh, okay.
And that was really good. It's how, Tetris was created and brought to America.
That was with the dude from Kingsman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played Elton John and everything. It's really good. They obviously changed, they made it a little more dramatic for film, but it was really cool because the game was made by a Russian guy, and because, Russia, communists, he can't profit from it, so the Russian government took control of the game, and they had to negotiate with Russia to bring it, and Ghislaine Maxwell's dad ran a corporation in London that basically stole the game from Russia. It's crazy. All that was true. I looked it up later. I was like, oh, fuck, that's Ghislaine Maxwell's father.
Huh.
And he had a mysterious it's crazy. Yeah, it's a really good movie, though. I liked it. It was really cool. If you guys want to talk about anything or...
I haven't dipped my toe into it yet, but I am going to check out the new Star Wars Acolyte.
No, I'm not.
I'm not looking forward to it,
That's
but
a
I feel
pass
like
for me.
as a Star Wars fan, I have to check it out. So maybe I'll give you a report
now they
next
have,
week.
Did you see the lightsaber where it's like a
Yeah,
whip?
yeah.
It's like a whip lightsaber. It's like, what
I
the
heard
fuck
it's a
is
very
that?
Is this
PC
what
edition.
So here's what the question for me is: where is it in the universe?
I have no idea.
It's
What
supposed to be-
time period?
I believe it's like original Jedi's type of thing.
More of that, like
Yeah,
pre-Clone
like
War?
way back in the day.
way back in the day.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I heard the first
I'm
few
gonna check it
episodes
out.
are very boring.
I'm not excited.
Like
I'm not
people are like,
excited.
we're bored.
And it's the actor from Squid Game, right?
Oh, it is?
And he learned English to be in this movie, I think.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Show, yeah.
I mean, I'm the Star Wars nerd of this show probably, and I'm not excited about this at all.
No,
It's-
I mean,
it's too much.
Ahsoka was so boring.
Too many
I'll
shows.
stick with Andor. And then, I guess, even though Mandalorian season 3 sucked, obviously they're making the movie, so I'll probably see that. But
I finally finished Andor, by the way. It's a good show.
yeah.
Not it's not the best, but it's good. It's solid.
It's good.
Yeah, I'll watch season 2 when that comes out for sure. But that's it. I think we're ending it there. Anything else, or should we move on to Madam Web?
I don't want to delay it as
I don't
long as
want to.
possible.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Madam Web. Oh boy. We start off in the Peruvian Amazon in 1973,
Oh boy.
and we see Cassandra's mom, Constance. She's
Constance.
pregnant with her.
Yeah.
And she's also with the villain of the movie, Ezekiel. And like the first line of the movie, pretty much, we see Ezekiel and he's talking, but his mouth isn't moving.
Yeah.
So I was right away, 30 seconds in, I'm like, wow, it already sucks.
Yeah.
30 seconds in, and they clearly ADR'd the villain's voice, that his lips do not match what he's saying throughout the entire 2-hour movie.
It's like the level of Darth Vader, like the first Star Wars movie where it's this Scottish dude and they just
Yeah.
had to oh, this isn't working. We've got to dub this over with James Earl Jones.
Yeah. But like, speaking of Eric Stoltz, they should have replaced him. If he did such a bad job with his lines that he was unintelligible, like, you got to realize that after like the first couple of days of shooting, this movie cost between 80 and 100 million dollars to make, which, by the way, you don't see that on the screen, so I don't know where all that money went to.
No,
Nothing.
no. But
It doesn't
Andrew,
even make sense because Dakota Johnson's literally the only star. Like Sydney Sweeney, this was like around the time she was Like they
Yeah.
made this movie before
They
she
probably
became
gave her
huge.
$2 million, maybe $1 million.
Maybe.
But like, you know, like, so it's not like the actors cost a bunch of money. So where did the money go for this film?
all the training for
It was all ADR.
all the CPR training.
Yeah. But just the whole movie, it's like you're watching a foreign
sweet
film
Jesus.
that they redubbed. I was ready for them to be like, look out, it's Gojira. And then they all run.
Gojira.
So yeah, Cassandra's mother finds this special spider. So Ezekiel shoots everyone there. He was supposed to protect her, but he was really just there because he wants the spider. And we never really find out why he wants it, right?
No,
Never at all. In the
Just-
2 hours.
just for the power.
The power, that's it. Yeah.
The power.
So he shoots everyone. Then he tries to grab the jar that the spider's in, but she won't let go. So he shoots her, and he takes the jar and runs.
In
Then
hindsight, his biggest problem in the movie is he didn't shoot the lady in the head.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, he let her live, and the daughter ended up coming back.
Well, who knows? Even if he shot her in the head, they probably still would have brought her in that. But anyways, then a half man, half spider. I guess you could call him like a Spider Man.
Spider Man.
He shows up. He climbs down a tree. They all look like Carnage, like they're all red and black. The Spider-Man takes her to some cave, and she has a water birth before she dies. They also have a spider bite her so that she can live a little longer. And then the Spider-Man tells Cassandra's mother that he'll look after the baby.
I'll do it.
And then I guess he just dropped her off at a fucking orphanage in New York.
I'll look after the baby later.
From Peru to where should I bring her so she has a peaceful life?
Where's the craziest point on earth?
Where's the craziest city on earth? All right, perfect.
Why don't we raise her as our own? No, it's too much
Yeah.
work.
Why not?
It's
Really?
too much work.
I guess. So we fast forward to New York in 2003, 2 years after 9/11.
Oh,
That get reflected
shit.
in anything? I don't know.
No, not really. It should have been about her stopping 9/11. That's what they should have made. Should have made that film.
Yeah, because she had the powers, but she didn't have that life-death experience until then.
The end should have been her going back and stopping it. Yeah,
Maybe
for sure.
that's right.
So yeah, she plays a paramedic, ambulance driver. Adam Scott plays her co-worker, Ben Parker.
What was your name, sir? His name is Ben Parker.
So dumb.
Yeah.
The child of the person they saved drew Cassandra a photo as a thank you, but she doesn't give a fuck. She's like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah. Hate the main character. Thanks.
What am I supposed to do with this? Ben Parker. My best friend, Ben Parker.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Do I
She doesn't understand what it
hold
is.
on to paper?
Yeah.
Do I eat it?
Right.
I don't get it.
And then
She
he-
was the most awkward person I've ever seen in my life.
And then he turns to her and
crazy.
he's like, well, Cassandra, with great power. Hey, we need you guys outside.
No! Shut up!
There's an ambulance down the street.
Yeah. It's like they wrote this role for like Kristen Stewart. Like she's super awkward, just like Kristen Stewart, but nope, she said no. All right, Dakota Johnson, close enough.
Yeah.
We also briefly see Sydney Sweeney dressed as a 12-year-old throughout this whole movie.
Yeah.
That's awkward too.
We all have to have confusing boners.
It's very
No, they're
weird.
supposed to be teenagers, even though in real life they're in their 20s.
Sydney Sweeney's 26 years old. Maybe 24 when
Okay.
they made this.
I don't feel
but
bad.
Definitely
I don't
not,
feel weird anymore.
Definitely
All right.
not 16, but they
Okay.
dressed her like the most innocent girl ever.
I had no idea that was Sydney Sweeney because, of course, I recognize her from the big titties. But like this,
They CGI'd
her.
They CGI
That's what
removed
they
her
spent all the
titties.
money on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 80 million just for that.
deflation on the titties.
They're like normal tits would cost 20 million, but those honkers 80 mil to get rid of those tits. 40 mil a tit. Wow.
40 mil.
So then later Ben tells Cassandra, he's like, I met someone, and she says, what's her name? And he says, Aunt May.
Aunt May.
So
First name
pretty good.
Aunt, last
Yeah.
name May.
No, he never says it. Like
Never
you
says
never
it.
get it. You never get the. It's like, it's like you're edging us the whole time.
this movie is so
Even
bad.
when they're the baby's name, it's like we're about to hear it and
Right.
we don't hear it.
But again, earlier you did his name is Ben Parker.
Right.
Like you already did it once, and like that's enough, just once.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're also eating Chinese food, and Cassandra's fortune cookie says, "You will," and then that's it. Like the rest is
Suck. That's what it really should have said.
exactly. Then Cassandra goes home, and she sees a young woman telling her landlord that she'll have the rent money soon. That's one of the girls.
Yeah.
Then Cassie puts the child's drawing. Where does she put it, Joe?
In her special briefcase.
She puts the drawing in the briefcase where she keeps all of her favorite things.
Yes.
Even though earlier she didn't want the fucking thing.
The audience goes, "Oh, she is nice."
Is it
Yes.
her favorite things? Because she does hate her mom at this point.
Maybe it's her least favorite thing.
Oh, that's right. Of course. Way to go, Josh.
She looks at a picture of her mother, and I imagine she does this every single day of her life. She goes home from work, opens a briefcase, looks at the picture of her mom, and goes, "Hope the spiders were worth it, Mom."
Fuck you.
That's what she says. Again, this is one of the worst written movies of all time.
This
The
movie-
dialogue is atrocious.
This movie is like the whole movie is aliens pretending to be humans.
Yes, that's
Right.
the perfect
like,
example.
Like no one is behaving like a normal human being.
Nope.
right.
Right. For all that we know, she's a scroll.
She's a scroll, or this is like Men in Black 5, and we just don't know that they're aliens yet.
Yeah.
Sugar. Give me sugar. The next day, Cassie and Ben save someone from a flipped car that's hanging over the road, but Cassie's still in the car, even though they got the person out of there, and the car falls with Cassie in it. And then it falls in the water, but then all of a sudden, she's just underwater and in some sort of dream world where she could see her whole life, and there's webs going everywhere.
Very,
It's very
Doctor
weird.
Strange-ish.
Yes, it's very weird. The CGI is terrible. Again, 80 million. Where did that go? And then Ben saves her, and she's completely fine, not a scratch on her. And then he tells her, "You need a doctor, and you need, we have to check your oxygen." And then the screen flashes, and she's annoyed because Ben again says, "You need a doctor, and I need to check your oxygen." She's like, "My oxygen's 89." And he's like, "It is 89." And then, "Hey, you need to go to a doctor." She's like, "Enough, Ben." And he just looks at her like, and that is the rest
Yes.
of the movie.
We're going forwards,
An
backwards, all movie long.
The hour and 45 minutes that's left of the movie is you just watching the same thing repeat itself over and over and again.
Kyrie.
It's just 2-minute, 3-minute scenes
Yes.
stretched out into 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Painful.
And
Yes.
how did he bring her back to life?
Unclear.
CPR.
Chest compressions.
There you
Chest
go.
This movie could have been called Chest Compressions.
Absolutely.
It happens a lot.
Yeah. Right.
Very often.
So then we see Ezekiel going to the opera, and he sits next to some woman, and he later takes her home, and they make out in front of the spider he stole from Cassie's mom when she was, researching spiders in the Amazon right before she died. It's funny, she never actually says that exact line that's in the trailers. Like, she says parts of it, but never that exact whole full thing.
Yeah.
Unless I missed it, but yeah. And then Ezekiel fucks the woman, but he has a nightmare from the future of the 3 teenage girls as spider women murdering him.
Yes.
They kick him out of his apartment building, and he falls to his death.
Yes.
The outfits that these women wore look like Spider-Man, the porn movie.
Yes.
Like the porn parody.
The porn parody.
Especially Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah,
Like, she looks
it
like a
was rough.
unitard in that fucking thing.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Hot.
Also,
a hot
just
unitard.
Also, just a side note, we never see them in these costumes.
Yeah.
No.
In this movie.
Only in flash forwards
real
or
time.
flashbacks, yeah.
Never.
Right. So Ezekiel wakes up. The woman says, "Bad dream," and he says, "It's not a dream. I'm gonna be murdered one day." He tells this to a stranger he just met.
But she's a CIA operative.
We don't know
NSA.
that. We don't know that at this
NSA.
point.
Yeah.
At
badge
this point,
saying NSA.
We find out.
he's
5
just
seconds
telling
later.
her a random woman.
He's like, I heard about this new technology to find people. God's eye.
Yeah.
From Fast 7. Or, like, I think The Last Mission Impossible, or, like any action movie over the past 10 years.
Batman.
Dark Knight, yeah.
Dark
Yes.
Right. And, of course, she's like, oh, fuck, that's why he's here. He quickly poisons her and asks for her password to the system or whatever. And he's like, give me the password and I'll save your
So
life.
how did she know who he was? And if they know his location, why fuck him? Like, first,
I don't think she knew who he was, no.
but I thought she was an NSA agent.
Yes, but she didn't know who he was. She's bad at her job.
Joe,
That's me.
Stop
What are you
asking
talking about?
She didn't know who he was.
So she just happened to be an NSA. Oh, he seduced her.
Yes.
To get into the NSA thing.
But then when he started revealing that he knows about the tech, then she was like, oh, fuck, he's here to, you know what I mean? And
There's-
she went for her gun.
There's terrible people in all walks of life, Joe. Even at the NSA,
Yeah.
there's dum dums there too.
Well, she's dumb enough to just get seduced, and that's it.
But it's
by
great
by
because
someone she's probably targeting.
he poisons her and says, give me the password and I'll cure you. And then she gives him the password and then he just lets her die.
Right.
She dies of the
Poison.
Yeah.
That's right.
Later, Cassie goes to a barbecue. And
Hold on, time out. How does he
Yeah.
get his powers?
I am assuming the spider bit him.
That's it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, of course.
In all the Peter universe, he's not special.
Right. Can I borrow that drink real quick? Okay, thanks. So, the next scene, Cassie goes to a barbecue, and Ben says, here you go. And Cassie grabs it, takes a long look at it, then, holds it up for the camera to look at. Just a long turns it so we can see. But, I couldn't tell what it was. Could you guys tell what it was?
It was a
I
Coke
don't know.
can?
No.
No, not Coke. No, it was
fuck.
blue.
I want to fuck this Pepsi.
Like bright blue.
Oh shit, that's
She wouldn't
Pepsi.
open it. She was
The
seducing
whole
it.
scene, she's just
Pepsi.
holding it, never opens it. She's like, fuck, I don't know how to open a Pepsi can. Thanks, Mom. Hope the spiders were worth it, bitch. Never taught me how to open soda cans.
It was so weird because she was fingering the top for so long.
She really-
was just edging the Coke can.
Look, I love Pepsi. I mean, not that much, but yeah. I do like Pepsi.
this was like a 19-year-old that has a Smirnoff Ice, and
Yeah.
they're not ready to open it. But I want to play.
She's
cool.
like, Pepsi? She's like, no, too much sugar. Someone should really make a zero. And looks right in the camera.
Right.
Yeah, but that's one Pepsi reference.
There's a
a few more. Then Cassie goes to a baby shower, and we have Emma Roberts playing
Yay.
Ben's sister-in-law, who's pregnant with someone. It's Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Yes.
Okay. It was never mentioned.
Well, she's Mary
So-
Parker.
Okay.
Dad's
all right,
Richard
all right.
Parker.
Yes.
Dick Parker.
So then, this might be the weirdest part. Everyone puts all the women are told to write down fond memories of their mother and put it in a basket or whatever. And then Emma Roberts is going to read it. She picks up a card and she's like, oh, it's blank. And then Cassie says, oh, that's mine. My mom died when I was born. So
Go fuck yourself.
She takes. First of all, if
Yeah.
I pulled that out of there and be like, oh, a blank one, that must have gotten in there by accident, I'd be like, who did this? Who fucking did this?
what psychopath did this?
And Cassie's like, oh, that was me. My mom died when I was a baby.
was-
I'm a bitch.
So this is the point where you're like, oh no, she's autistic.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
She has
doesn't
no
get-
social skills.
no
You're at a baby shower, you bitch.
No
what are you
s-
doing?
No social cues at all.
Way to make it all about you. Oh, that's mine. My mom died. Never shared any moments with that bitch. She
Not
only
like-
cared about spiders.
Not only that, she didn't have a mother figure at all during her life.
Right.
No one adopted her.
No one adopted her. There
Yeah.
wasn't a mom at the foster care. Whatever. I don't know. That was aggressive. That was aggressive, Cassie.
Aggressive. Yes.
Aggressive. That wascally wabbit again. So they ask Emma the name of the baby, and she's like, guess. And they're like, Richard. She's like, he wishes, that fuck.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we never see him.
No.
Why don't we ever see him if he's alive? And where was he when the baby was born? What the fuck is that about? Yeah. And then she's like, oh, Cassie, what's your guess, psychopath? And then Cassie's like eating something and then just awkwardly spits out her food. Like, are these supposed to be comedy moments?
Yeah.
I just don't get. She's like, Cassie, what do you think? And she's like,
Again, this is aliens pretending to be people. She just
Yeah.
like, oh, excuse me, bleh, and then says something.
then a balloon pops. And,
Another one.
Oh, what's your guess? And then balloon pops again. And what's your guess? And Cassie's just keeps reliving the last 30 seconds. She's like, we just did this. And everyone looks at her like, like she's a
Brought this
psycho.
bitch to the
a lot of
party.
those in this
Jesus
movie.
Christ.
Right. So then Cassie and Ben get called into work for some accident, and Cassie again sees the future before it happens, just like every fucking scene. And hey, it's Mike Epps from Hangover.
Yeah.
He's one of the guys. He gets in an ambulance, and Cassie sees that he's going to be killed when he gets hit by a truck. But I guess she's racist, so she just lets him go.
Lets him go.
And it's just this shot of her walking away, knowing he's about to die, and then
Even when it gets hit, it's cool guys don't look at explosions.
Right.
She just keeps walking. She's like, yeah.
and now she cares. Now she's like, oh my God, no! Chest compressions!
Chest compressions!
He has no head. He's
Chest
dead.
compressions.
And he
And
dies.
That was Mike Epps, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
Thanks for coming.
Chest compressions.
Back to Ezekiel. He now has the NSA technology and his assistant, who we never understand who the assistant is, why she is.
Guy
he
in the
must just
chair.
fuck her well, I guess.
Guy in the chair.
Girl in the
Everyone has
chair?
a guy in the
Girl in the chair. Go ahead. Keep reading.
She finds the women
She said something. Oh.
from his dreams. Now, hold on. Does the NSA technology also have inception capabilities? Where they could see into your dreams?
At least have like things on his
Maybe.
head. And where
Right.
she's like, when he's plugged into a computer, like,
Imagine-
I can see the images.
Imagine there's a deleted scene where she's like, what do they look like? And he's like, she's blonde. Okay. Found her.
Sydney
That's
Sweeney.
it. Like,
Right.
what of her? She's black.
That's
Got
America.
her.
That's America's sweetheart, Sydney Sweeney.
She's Latina. Found her. That was easy. Yeah,
Does
like,
she have a skateboard? Yes, skateboard. That's
that's
right.
it. Yeah. In New York City. Got him. How the fuck can they see his dreams?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Also, Ezekiel's
Just
words.
keep on powering through it.
Again, they don't match his lips whatsoever. It's awful. It's the whole fucking movie. Then Cassie tells a doctor that she's seeing things before it happens, and the doctor's like, "You're crazy. Just get some
Go
time
get
off.
some
Like,
sleep."
you're Dakota Johnson. Just stop already. Stop making movies, please.
Hey,
you really need that guy to fuck you again."
Stop making movies where you keep your clothes on. Okay.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
So then Ben calls Cassie. He's like, hey, you should really come to Mike Epps' funeral, you know. And she's watching A Christmas Carol. And she says to the TV, there's no changing the future, Scrooge. I guess she never saw the end.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was her first
right.
time watching a Christmas Carol.
First time. You know the first time you saw A Christmas Carol when
That's
you were
exactly
25
the
years
movie.
old? Or 30, whatever.
Yeah.
Then a pigeon hits her window and dies. It's just hilarious.
Yeah.
It's just random shit that happens.
Yeah.
A balloon pops. Oh! Like, it's these things that they do to try to, yeah, it's just like Wicker Man. It's these stupid, horrible jump scares that they do. Birds. And that's it.
Oh, the poor bird.
Right. This movie should have just been Nicolas Cage playing Madam Web.
That's for sure.
So she goes to the window, opens it, and the pigeon flies in, and Cassie says, she didn't die. And again, it's all dialogue that you would never say to yourself when you're alone. So, again, aliens. Go ahead, Josh.
No, I'm just like, that's fucking crazy. Yeah.
So then Cassie goes to Grand Central Station, and 12-year-old Sydney Sweeney's there. Cassie has a vision of Ezekiel attacking everyone on the subway. And then there's this old woman, like, in the subway train with her.
Right.
She's just, like, reading a book. And then this is literally the scene. She just goes, ah! And then she's just back normal again.
She looks like the actress that would have played Madam Web in like
Yeah.
the 80s. And they cast
Right.
her in this movie just to
Yeah.
have a short scene.
Because, again,
It's like, are we supposed to know who this is?
One
Is that
thing-
your
one
trivia,
thing-
Joe? That's
one-
the voice actress?
Yes.
actress. One thing we've never seen, I don't think, is a young Madam Web. Like, when I saw the Spider-Man cartoon, she was always this, like, 60-year-old woman, you know, at least 60. And then Sydney Sweeney and the other future Spider-Woman get on the subway. Cassie asks the old lady, "Is this real?" And the old lady's like, "Are you okay? Are you high? Are you crazy?" The same shit keeps happening over and over. Cassie eventually sees Ezekiel, and so she gets the Spider Women off the train. Then she sees a vision of herself getting arrested. And then Sydney Sweeney yells, "This woman's trying to abduct us." And she's like, "What? No, stop it." And then they see Ezekiel in the shitty Spider-Man outfit. And he's crawling on the subway train. So they run. A police officer starts to arrest Cassie, but Ezekiel kicks the officer and beats up or maybe kills the other officers.
I don't know what's happening.
I think he poisoned one of them. They go outside. Cassie steals a taxi. There's a lot of Grand Theft Auto in this movie.
Oh, it's like the video game. Yeah.
The radio says police are looking, and she's like, "Yes, they're going to find him." And they're like, "No, we're looking for you." And she's like, "Fuck."
Right.
And then she tells the girls, like, "You could leave if you want." But then she immediately says, no, you can't leave, actually, and locks the doors. Then all of a sudden, they're talking in the woods. And I'm like, how far did they fucking drive?
Right.
They were in New York City.
They
now they're
drove
in
to
the
Jersey.
woods.
They said they were in Jersey.
In Jersey, okay.
In the woods in New Jersey.
Sure.
And her plan was to leave the girls there for hours on end.
3
Yes.
hours in the forest at night.
Right.
But first,
Smart.
Sydney Sweeney recognizes her and says, "You saved my stepmother. Then you were super awkward about it." And Cassie says, "That does sound like me."
I
Comedy.
am awkward.
Yeah. Then Cassidy says in the worst possible way, "I can see the future." And they just believe her.
Yeah. Well, at
They
this
just
point.
believe her. One of them throws a rock at her, but she didn't see that coming.
Still believe her.
That's not how it works.
Yeah.
I don't have it for bread. No way home. Then they talk about Ezekiel, and Sydney Sweeney says he was like a spider person. So Cassie leaves him in the woods and says, "I'll be back in 3 hours. Seriously, don't do dumb things."
Don't do dumb things.
Yep. That's
You
the
got it,
dialogue.
Mom.
Someone grabbed a pencil or a pen, wrote that down on a piece of paper or typed on a computer, and it's now in a movie.
Not only that, Joe.
movie.
Not only that, they were paid for it.
Yes.
Paid for it.
Four-
Highly.
There's no proof
For-
of that, Josh.
4 people wrote this movie.
Yeah.
They should all be in jail.
And they filmed these scenes, and they did it's the dailies, right?
Yeah.
They filmed this, and no one stopped and looked at this and went, no,
Right.
no.
Some of these writers also wrote Morbius.
Yes.
That
Which is
makes
not
sense.
surprising.
That makes
I guess
sense.
cocaine is back in Hollywood because no one's paying attention.
How many of these writers also worked on Venom or Craven?
I don't know.
Oh,
Probably all of them.
So Cassie goes home and she reads her mom's journal, which talks about spider people. There's also just like a lot of pages where there's just webs. I think her mom was going crazy.
it's their last name. You know?
And he's like, she goes, "Spider people." And then she says, "Las Arañas." Of course, Las Arañas.
Of course, Josh, Las Arañas.
It's delicious. I've heard a delicacy in Mexico
It's
City.
very good.
And then she says, "How would you know if you could climb a wall if you never tried?"
Second
Do it,
dumbest.
Josh. Do it. Just don't grab anything. 'Cause- Yeah.
Oh, Josh fell.
no. Just.
There's an overhead shot of her trying to climb a wall in her apartment, but she falls down, and it's,
I'm not gonna lie. That was probably the funniest thing in the fucking movie.
like
I
her
popped.
face is just
I
so
popped.
her face is just so nonchalant. Like she has no idea how to do a comedy scene.
It's like they're
She's just like,
It's like they're trying to
Okay.
do an MCU comedy scene
Yes.
that usually gets laughs,
Right,
and it's
yes.
like, no.
but like think about Tobey
Flat.
Maguire when he's trying to do the web for the first time, and his facial expressions like, and she's just like, "Oh, okay, I can't do it." Oh, that was awkward. Like me, I'm awkward.
She just weakly slides down the wall.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to hear the squeegee sound.
Right.
So we're 15 minutes in at this point. Nothing's really happening.
So then we cut to the woods, and the 3 teens finish their bag of chips, and they're like, "I'm starving."
Yeah.
And then Sydney Sweeney randomly says, "So sad about Martha Stewart." just to remind us that this movie takes place in 2003.
Topical.
Oh, we got to remind everyone it's 2003.
Remember that 20 years ago thing?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Then they go to a diner because you wouldn't like me when I'm hangry. How dare you?
Jesus.
How fucking dare you?
How dare you?
Then just to show that these three girls are all unique, they all have different personalities. One of them says, I want a cherry pie. The other one says, no, you're not getting that. As if like that's such a
You
big deal.
fat bitch.
She's like, no, you can't. You can't get it. Like, why? Just to show that you're different? Like, what? And then finally Sydney Sweeney's like, whatever you want. So it's like, I want a cherry pie. I don't want a cherry pie. I don't know if I want a cherry pie. Look, they're all unique and different.
I'll take a cream pie if they have that.
That's what they all were looking for. Because then they see the fucking teenage boys and like, oh, cool.
They see 3 fucking football players and they're all ready to fucking open their legs.
You know, what if teenage girls do? They go up and pursue the boys, right? That's how that works.
Did you know women are different and have
course.
different opinions?
Then we see an older man, and what is he reading? He's reading the Daily Bugle.
Well, that's how you know it's old, because old people read
Hold
newspapers.
on, what's the next line?
So he sees their faces on it.
Pause.
Yeah,
It's only been a few hours since this all went down.
right.
They left the subway and drove to the woods, and now
Right.
they're at the diner.
Yeah.
How is this already in print?
Get it out
And
now!
sent
Damn it!
out everywhere.
'Cause-
Jay Jonah is on his game.
Absolutely.
So stupid.
So he calls 911. And then Ezekiel gets the info and tells the police these are not our missing persons. And then his mouth moves like, he says 10 more words, but nothing
These
is
are
said.
not our missing persons.
does that
I'm
mean?
going to go anyways.
He can
He's just
control
telling
the-
them so they don't come.
He can control.
Yeah.
He can control the police now just by calling them.
Yeah.
Hi, police. It wasn't them.
Right.
Okay, random guy.
I loved how this was like a dubbed kung fu movie.
Yeah.
The whole way through.
Amazing. So Cassie goes back to the woods, but they're not there. She finds them at the diner, and the girls were dancing on a table for a group of guys to Britney Spears' Toxic song, which came out in 2003.
It's so strange how many times that happens when I'm at a diner.
Yeah.
I just see random ladies just dancing on tables.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All the
happens
time.
all the fucking time.
That's what teenage girls do in
crazy.
2003.
What the fuck is up, Denise?
Yeah.
I'm just shocked it's attractive girls. Usually it's like 70-year-old ladies that are doing it.
Aaron and I used to
Once I see
live
it,
at a
so.
Denny's, and we never saw that. Not
Never?
once.
Wow,
No,
okay.
not once. I guess we're going to the wrong ones.
Yeah.
And these boys are looking up a 12-year-old skirt. And then it's like everyone's committing a felony.
Absolutely. So then Ezekiel shows up and immediately snaps Sydney Sweeney's neck. She's dead.
Dead.
He poisons another girl and stabs Cassie in the stomach. But it was all a vision, and Casey's back in the woods. And then she races to the diner in the taxi cab with the Toxic song playing. And the fucking DJ's like, oh, don't you love this song from 2003? This is my favorite year, 2003.
Which is this year.
Yeah.
And she's making a big deal as she's driving. She's like, "Oh shit, I'm losing the signal," and she's trying to get Britney
Yes.
Spears.
I gotta
back-
listen
back
to
on the radio.
Toxic because it's what is it being played from the diner?
She walked to the theater, or to the diner.
Yes.
In about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
It took her 30 minutes to drive there.
she needed a car.
Yeah.
Long
So
way around.
Ezekiel walks in, but Casey crashes into the diner and runs him over.
Yeah.
The girls get in the car, but Ezekiel grabs her, and Casey squirms, but then gets him off her, and they drive off, and that's where Cassie says God, what were you all thinking? God, I can't believe you did that.
I told
God.
you to wait in the woods, even though it got dark.
And then she just shuts the divider because she doesn't want to hear their shit.
She is their
great.
mom.
Yes.
So at this point, Joe and I are clearly, this is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Did you agree, Andrew, Josh, or did you guys feel differently?
What do you mean he's Spider-Man?
He's Spider-Man.
He's Spider-Man. Look at the fucking suit. He's crawling on walls.
No.
He looks exactly like Spider.
It makes no sense. By the way, Ezekiel.
No.
He's evil Spider-Man.
All right,
yes.
how about this? In comic books,
I think in the
who's this guy?
comic books, he's a Spider-Man wannabe.
He's La Arañas.
He can climb walls.
La Arañas.
But I mean, just like there's Spider Women, there's a million Spider-Man.
A Spider-Man wannabe that
Yeah.
looks exactly like Spider-Man.
Okay,
He thought
He
at
has a
first.
suit that looks exactly like
Hey,
Spider-Man.
Peter Parker,
suit
you ripped off Ezekiel's
he's
outfit.
an evil.
and climbs on walls
He's
and
an
ceilings.
evil Spider-Man. Yeah, sure.
Bizarro
Yes.
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yes.
All
That's
right.
it.
So in this universe, eventually there is a real Peter Parker
Well,
Spider-Man,
This is the Andrew Garfield one.
but there was already this one before.
How do we know that?
we know
How do we know?
because they've said it. In
Who said
interviews
it?
And shit. They've said
But
it.
you said if they never show it in the movie, it's not true.
No, but I get that. But I'm saying, like, as far as the lore goes, this is the Sony Spider-Verse, which is the Garfield one.
So Garfield knew of this guy and made his suit because it looks exactly the same.
Maybe.
doesn't look exactly the same.
It looks exactly the
It's
same.
not exactly the same. This is a black and red suit.
You're in denial, buddy.
All right. I'm just saying.
It's rough.
So then Ezekiel's assistant tells him that Cassie is Constant Webb's daughter, and he says, "Impossible."
Come on, hit the button, Andrew. That's worth it, right?
Which button do you want? Oh, sure. Webb. Get it? Webb.
Oh shit! I knew I should have killed that bitch.
Yeah. So the girls stay at a motel, but Casey drives back to the diner and she sees a vision of Ezekiel telling her, "No one with poison in their system survives for this long." And he tells her that the teenage girls are going to kill him one day. And he's like, "What would you do, bitch?" And then she wakes up at the motel. And then it's like a 5-minute scene of her teaching the girls how to give CPR.
Chest compressions.
Just compressions.
I wish
Chest
Andrew
compressions,
was lying about the 5 minutes, but it was painstakingly long.
But it's just like anyone that makes a good movie, it's like, all right, we're going to learn chest compressions. And then you just move on to the next scene because you could assume what's going to happen. This is why you don't see people take shits or pisses in movies unless someone's getting attacked in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You can just assume they went to the bathroom. They took a shit at some point.
Oh shit! I never saw them take a piss or shit. once
Yeah,
in
plot
this
hole.
movie.
Plot holes.
Wow.
Then she's like, put your hands like this to one of the girls and push down.
Yeah, you got it.
And the girl's like, you're a really good teacher.
Right.
Fuck did she tell you to do? Just push down and up and down and up. That's
So then-
CPR. You're certified.
She shows them her mom's photo with Ezekiel, and she's like, "There's a tribe in Peru that can do crazy stuff." What crazy stuff? Like climb like spiders.
Jump
That's
from
word,
limb to limb.
That's word for word.
Carrying, 120-pound girl, pregnant.
And then she says, "I have to figure out what's going on." And one of the girls says, "You have to go to Peru." And she's like, "All right, bye." And she leaves the girls with Ben.
Fucking Ben.
Fucking insane.
And Adam
For-
Scott's like, "Fuck me."
For a week.
A week.
A week.
A week.
Yep. It's gonna take a week.
So Cassie comes back from Peru and they're all dead. They've been dead for 6 days.
Yeah. Cassie shows up to Peru and she finds the forest by looking at this shitty map that was in her mom's journal.
Yeah.
And the man who helped her mother appears and he said, "You came back looking for answers."
A ghost or real person?
It's unclear.
Unclear.
I think. Yeah.
Right? I'm saying 50-50
Honestly,
ghost.
it doesn't matter.
So he takes Cassie back to his cave and he shows her the water where she was born in. And then he pushes her into the water, but not really, but maybe. I think you said it was very much like Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange,
Like when
pushing
you
you out
push
of
them
her.
and then but it's like your spirit's there, but your body's still there. So okay, whatever. And then Cassie gets to relive her mother getting murdered. But before that, her mother like squirms in the beginning of the movie, like, "Oh, the baby's kicking" or whatever. And Cassie looks at her mom and says, "Why did you hate me so much? You kicked her stomach, bitch."
Yeah.
Like that's part of do you not you're a paramedic. You've probably helped lots of women give birth. You'd understand like childbirth?
Died
damn.
before I was born, you fucking cunt.
Yeah. So then Cassie sees her mom get shot, and then she sees her mom hold her stomach, telling baby Cassie, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." And then Cassie sees the spider people,
Spider-Man.
have a spider bite her mom, and then she witnesses her own birth. And then we go even further back where some doctor tells Cassie's mom that her baby has some sort of muscular dystrophy or something, and we find out that's why her mom went to Peru, because she wanted to find the healing spiders. to heal her.
Not only this, I was a little bit confused because the spider person, the older spider person, seemed to know a lot about the Dr. Webb. But like she was searching for that tribe.
Well, he could also see everything, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe, I guess.
Oh no.
I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
It's Peru. I mean, who knows what goes on there.
I should. That's where I was born.
No, you weren't. You were not born in Peru, dummy.
My
Jesus.
family.
So you
Maybe.
can't be president. Oh no.
Well, he can, but he really can't.
Yeah.
Like he can, but he can't.
Yeah.
So then Cassie looks at her mom in the doctor's office and she says, I'm so sorry I spent so long being mad at you. And even though it's the past, her mom sees her and they hug.
Cannon.
What the fuck? I have no idea. I don't even know.
Why are you shitting on this moment so much? This is such an emotional breakthrough.
Stupid.
It's pretty stupid. It's pretty dumb.
Stupid.
I thought it was longer.
Then we see Cassie's back in the river of webs, but then we see she's back in the cave. And the caveman says, what does he say, Aaron? What does he say to her?
Nothing. Nothing.
All right.
The
if you-
powers are
nothing.
water-based.
The caveman says, now you're seeing what you're capable of. You can use the web to be in more than one place at the same time. When you take on the responsibility, great power will come.
Wait.
No.
Wait.
That is
No.
backwards.
That's not the right way to say that.
And
No.
at first, I was like, fuck off. But then I was like, you know what? This movie doesn't even deserve the right version
No,
of that
it
That's
line.
correct.
So fuck you. Then we go back to Ezekiel. He can't find the girls. We know the girls are just staying at Ben's house.
Right.
Now, if you're Ezekiel and you found these girls everywhere else, like I don't know, maybe look at Cassie's best friend's house. You
Be a
dumb fuck.
good place to start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good starting place. Shouldn't he know where she is?
Right.
She got on a fucking plane.
They're
Post
tracking
9/11, they clearly know where she is.
with all the
Yeah.
CIA stuff. You would think that they'd
God's
be able to
eyes
track
not
down
looking at
pretty
airports.
quickly.
No.
It's fucking insane.
So then at Ben's house, the girls are watching a movie, but Emma Roberts' water broke, so everyone gets in Ben's car, including the teenage girls.
No, Ben said, "Girls, stay there. I'll be back in an hour and a half. I'm going to the hospital."
No, they got in the car.
Oh, dumb decision.
Very dumb.
Okay.
So Cassie comes back, but no one's home, and she sees a vision of everyone dying. Then an ambulance shows up, and the paramedics go in the house, so Cassie seals the ambulance. Again, she's going to jail for a long time after this movie's over. Ezekiel follows Ben and the girls, and he tells his assistant, turn all the traffic lights to green, and that almost causes a car accident, but it just causes everyone to stop. And then Ben sees Ezekiel, and he jumps on their car and is about to just drop a grenade on them. But then Cassie drives through a Calvin Klein billboard and runs over Ezekiel.
Wow.
It was kind of like The Rock in Furious 7 when he was in an ambulance.
She just misses murdering them with her ambulance too.
Yes.
But how did she get up there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
She drove up.
She just knows where to go because she can see
Okay.
the future.
Right.
I mean, if anything makes sense, it's that.
Was there an overpass or something around there? I don't know.
There was something.
Something like that.
Okay.
I think it was
So
a
anyway-
parking garage or something.
Okay.
So this ambulance just fell like from 3 stories and it's destroyed. So what happens
Sure.
next?
So the girls get in the ambulance and drive off.
Of course. Okay.
Joe, I mean, you played Grand Theft Auto before, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The car explodes. I think.
Ezekiel chases them by jumping onto cars, and then he jumps on the ambulance roof, but one of the girls grabs a defibrillator and shocks the roof, electrocuting him and knocking him off because, again, Casey knew the future.
Yeah.
Casey? What am I saying?
Cassie.
It's Casey.
Cassie.
It's Cassie.
And
Sandra.
now he's a dead Spider-Man?
No.
Nope.
Oh, shit.
That's not what kills him. No. Not electricity, not being hit by cars. No. So the ambulance breaks down after that, and Cassie has another vision of them escaping in a helicopter. So she calls it in. She's like, I need a helicopter at this building. And they go to a fireworks factory.
Who does she call it to?
The police? I don't
The
know.
police.
Well, she's a paramedic, so she's in an ambulance. They're like, well, you must be legit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Not only that, we'll get to there, but she ends up getting those people in the helicopter killed.
Yes. Yeah. Good job. So they go to a fireworks factory.
Fire bombs?
Yes, guns. Fire guns.
Fire gun bombs.
No, fireworks that can blow through brick
Fire
walls.
missiles.
Fire
Brick
missile
walls
show.
they can blow through.
Nuclear. No, maybe it's just nukes. It's just nukes. It's a nuke factory.
Can't wait for the fire missile show in a couple of weeks on
Yeah.
July 4th. Yeah, this will be fun.
So they just start lighting flares and throwing them in the fucking fireworks. And Ezekiel shows up and the fireworks go off. And one of the fireworks hits Ezekiel and he goes flying. And then, one of the fireworks blows up a brick wall.
Yikes.
Okay.
Seems like a dumb plan. Lots of havoc and chaos.
Then the police helicopter shows up and Cassie grabs part of the building and uses it as a shield to block the dangerous fireworks.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Right. Then she sees a vision of the fireworks destroying the giant Pepsi Cola sign. Because Pepsi. And then a firework shoots at Ezekiel, but he punches it, and the firework hits a helicopter.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
He punched a firework.
Yes. The same one that almost killed him a minute ago. Now he's punching them.
Ezekiel then starts choking Cassie, but one of the teens skates on a piece of metal to attack him, but he hits her.
Hits her.
Again, they have no powers.
No.
At this point. Then he hits the other girl, knocks her down. Then Sydney Sweeney just charges at him and he's like, bitch slaps her. And all three girls are about to fall to her. They're about to fall to their death. And Ezekiel says, you can't save all three. And it's going to be super hard for her to do that.
Actually, it's going to be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Yeah. Cassie uses her web powers to somehow teleport to all three places at once. And she grabs them.
You're telling me or asking me?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Ezekiel just punches her in the stomach.
Is she even helping them, or is she just like, come on, just climb up, don't be a bitch?
Yeah, she's ghosting them. Yeah. Don't be a bitch. Climb up. Come on. You have a body. You got muscles.
And then Ezekiel says, you're just like your mother. And she says, yes, I am. Thanks for the compliment. And then Cassie lures him to the Pepsi Cola sign, knowing it's going to break. And part of it falls on Ezekiel. And she says, you were trying to save your future, but the girls were never your future. I was. And then Ezekiel falls to the ground, but that's not enough. And then part of the S of the Pepsi sign falls
P.
on him. And it's the P? I thought it was the S.
No, the S
I
falls
think it
in
was
the water with
puh.
her.
Yeah, it was definitely
okay.
the puh.
Whatever.
Yeah,
He
so
dies.
That matters.
That's
I
gotta be
guess.
weird. Pepsi sponsored this, and Pepsi sponsored the death.
Death
the
of a bad guy. Yeah.
Of the bad guy,
guess.
Josh.
Yes.
don't know.
You
Come
can
on,
murder,
use the brain.
As long as they're bad.
I guess seems like
So that's
bad
what takes
marketing.
this guy out, a Pepsi sign. All right.
That's
Yeah.
it. Cars, electricity.
He can
no.
jump off buildings. Okay.
So Cassie falls in the water. The fireworks shoot at her. Sydney pulls Cassie out of the water, but she's not breathing. But they save her life with
Chest compression.
chest compression.
Long-term storytelling.
Yes.
Long-term
Thank
storytelling.
God she taught them how to save.
Wow, what a callback.
Thank God we saw those 5 minutes of CPR training.
But oh no, her eyes are fucked up from the fireworks that
Yes.
didn't fuck up anyone else's eyes.
No.
People got hit with fireworks. They're fine. Then Emma Roberts' baby's born in the hospital. It's Peter Parker, but they don't say it's Peter Parker.
Of course not.
Cassie's also in the hospital with bandages over her eyes.
Why don't they give us that? What are you going to call him? I think I finally decided Peter.
Did you
give
want-
us that?
Did you
Peter
need that?
Parker.
Did you need that?
Spider-Man.
I was fine
What?
without it.
Yeah.
What?
I was fine.
And then the nurse, so then we also see Cassie's in the hospital with bandages over her eyes. And a nurse walks in and says, the three girls are with her. The nurse says, is this your family? And Cassie says, they're all mine, and smiles after hating them the whole movie.
Well, kidnappers.
Then later we see Cassie's blind, permanently blind, just like Madam Web was in the cartoons and whatever. She's also in a wheelchair. Now, how did that happen?
Maybe we should tell
Yeah.
her the truth.
Yeah, what the
Because the doctor told her mom she's got muscular dystrophy, but the spiders cured that, didn't they? I mean,
Yeah,
she
this
could
was
walk.
from the
Right.
this was from the fall. Explode.
falling in the water.
I guess from the fall.
Waterfall.
Maybe,
But she has the spiders.
It's the
But
second time she fell in the water. Is what
But
broke her
she
bone?
has the spider shit. Like if Spider-Man falls, his legs don't not work after that.
It was only
She has spider powers.
Stop it. Stop it.
It was
Okay.
only
Stop trying to make
spider
sense of
powers.
this.
I mean, I don't care
For the
anyway, but
future.
yeah.
Wheelchair was cool.
Yeah.
So Cassie now has
Was
her
it cool?
Yeah.
Cassie now has her full powers, which makes her super annoying. She's like, "Bless you, Anya. Achoo.
Thank
know?
you. Yeah.
And then Cassie says, "I can see better than I ever have. Can
Wrong.
you see us in the?"
Can you see us walking out of the theater?
Yeah. Can you see us in the future? And she says, "Yes, I can." And we get a 10-second montage of the three of them fighting crime as the Spider Women.
Again, we never see this in real time in this
No,
movie.
no.
Only flash forwards.
No.
Yeah. And then we
I'm
see
fine with that
Cassie
scene,
in
yeah.
her Madam Web or Spider Woman costume. And then the movie ends with her saying, "The best thing about the future is that it hasn't happened yet." And that's it.
F for failure.
Well, we rate it 1 through 10. So, as a legit movie, 1 through 10.
Is 0 on the table?
No, it's 1 through 10.
A 2.
All right, I go 0.
It's a 1.
So it's a 1. As a legit
It's a
movie,
1.
it's a 1.
Okay.
All right.
It's a 1.
Okay.
As a Spider-Man movie,
Negative, whatever number you're allowed to
it's
go
a low.
to.
It's a 1.
It's a
It's a 1.
If we're going one lowest,
One,
right?
yeah.
As a Final Destination movie,
Oh. I'll go as high as 1.
it's a 1. Yeah. It's a 1.
What about a movie
One's-
about paramedics?
1.
1.
1?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a Dakota Johnson movie, it's like a 2 probably. I don't know.
Maybe for her.
50 Shades is probably worse. Maybe I don't know.
What about as a Ben Parker movie? What would you give it?
Like a 5.
What would you give it?
No, it's
He's
all
never
a
had
1.
his own movie.
It's 1s across the board.
Now, here's the real one. What about as a Sony Marvel Cinematic movie?
1.
Okay.
Adam
Would
Scott
you
movie.
rather see this
1.
or Morbius?
Probably Morbius.
I think I'd rather see this than Morbius.
No.
I haven't seen Morbius yet, and I should watch it right now. I'll
It's
probably
probably
enjoy it.
been like 2 years since I've seen Morbius, so just for that, I'd rather watch Morbius.
I don't know.
This is worse than Morbius.
Morbius is really bad.
It is really bad. I mean, look, it's the same fucking people. They wrote both these movies.
Yeah, they should stop writing movies immediately.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, I will definitely remember their names and not watch anything they do in going forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fucking lootly. Yeah, let's do fan questions.
Come on, fans.
I posted like send in questions last week, and then we didn't get to do the show, so I have to look through a couple things. But
Well, while you're doing that, I looked up fun facts.
oh, go for it. Yeah.
You know what it said? There was nothing fun
I was
about
about to
this
say,
movie.
what were the fun
There's
facts?
literally nothing.
Yeah.
They're all stupid.
They're all just facts.
Yeah.
Lord Chulu says, I can't remember if you guys covered this on the Hogwash, but Dakota Johnson dumped her talent agency after the trailer got released. Word is they weren't clear that she would not be part of the MCU. I'm sure their sales pitch included the line, "You'll be part of the Spider-Man universe."
Yeah.
You know how awesome and popular that is now? Yeah.
yeah.
That's great.
No.
Right. Rito says this movie was trash, but fun to work on as an extra. Got great food and a decent check. Everything was sponsored by Pepsi. So much Pepsi and Doritos and catering.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Way to go, Rito.
But that's, good
Where
for
is
you,
he?
Good
Rito.
for
You
you.
He's in,
Great
like,
story.
didn't
Northeast?
see Rito in the movie?
No.
Yeah.
Did you?
Rito, if you could find yourself in the movie, send us
was he
the
one
clip.
of the spider people?
Maybe.
I almost didn't see any other humans outside the stars. Like, I can't think of anyone else.
No.
Except those
Right.
boys.
There were
maybe.
barely any other people in the movies
Yeah.
except the boys at the table
Right.
and
Yeah.
just like
The trucker.
random extras that were in
Yeah.
like some of the action scenes.
Right. Bill Capri, Madam Web is a good example of the anti-movie, a movie no one wanted, nobody thought would ever be good. Also, why did the girls go to the hospital? Right. They literally could have avoided conflict, zero logic in this movie. Well said. Yeah. Tony C, did this movie swear you off Pepsi?
Oh, maybe.
The problem
Andrew?
is it's the best zero sugar soda there is. So
pretty good.
I gotta go with it.
Okay.
But it makes me ashamed. It does make me ashamed. A little bit of shame. Yeah. Let me look up more questions. Gerardo, at least they were all hot.
Yeah, that's good. It's good. No,
They're all
were.
13.
Yeah, right. Well, we know they're not, so it's okay.
Joey Cage, Madam Web feels like a script Josh wrote, but the studio didn't understand his story and made him rewrite and edit, but then he just said, go fuck yourself, motherfuckers. But by then they were in too deep. Honestly, this movie broke me when I saw it. I'm betting Morbius wasn't this bad, right?
Josh, did you write this fucking movie?
I did not write this movie. I think I could have written something better.
We should
for
have
sure.
a podcast episode where
Wrote-
Josh writes a 30-page treatment to make his own Madam Web film, and then we read it. We should do that. Josh,
Yes.
work on it.
Work on it.
We'll all play different parts. PCJ, fuck, marry, kill. Yeah, baby. We've got Felicity Shagwell,
That was Heather Graham.
Heather Graham.
Yeah.
We got a lot of vagina, which is just that random hot woman that,
he bangs in the first one.
yeah,
Halata vagina.
in the hot tub.
She's in some other stuff.
And then Vanessa Kingsington.
Yeah. Vanessa Kensington.
You
Kensington,
marry Kensington, right?
I would marry Heather
marry-
Graham.
Betty Shagwell.
I think you fucked Shagwell.
I think I'd fuck vagina
Yeah,
and then kill Kensington.
Yeah, you marry Shagwell.
Mary Shagwell.
Yeah.
I would fuck. What's her name?
Wait, was Vanessa the mom or was
no,
that
Vanessa's
that's the
Vanessa's Elizabeth Hurley.
Yeah.
Oh,
Come
well,
on.
she was a fembot all along.
What's wrong with that, Joe?
So, nothing,
I
I
mean, really?
guess. Wow. Wow.
Anti-robot here, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would marry Felicity Shagwell, fuck Vanessa Kensington, kill a lot of vagina. Who's she? Red shirt guy Josh watched Madam Curry last week, didn't he? What a goof. Yeah, he's close. No, he watches it with us, so we had to make sure.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, KJ, I've never seen anyone seem so uninterested in supernatural events suddenly taking place around her. That's so true. Like she didn't really care.
Right.
No, not at all. She was so bored. She was as bored as everyone else in this movie.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Also, Peter Parker gets his powers at 15 years old, so Uncle Ben went from this to white hair and wrinkles in Spider-Man 1 in only 15 years. Oh my, he turned into Martin Sheen in 15 years.
Oh my! Wow. Wait. No.
Adam Scott turns into Martin Sheen
Right.
in 15 years from this
He's got a
movie.
lot of life experiences
And he
coming
loses
ahead.
like, I think, a foot in height.
Wow.
Will you ever review Ace Ventura? I don't know, maybe. We're kind of just focused on bad movies right now. Yeah. Tony C also said, I found Nepo Baby Dakota constantly bashing her own movie far more entertaining than when was presented in the actual movie. Yeah, she did do that in interviews. Josh's K. Dita. I need a real man that isn't afraid of spiders and scary movies and stop calling me motherfucker dick. I don't know.
I'm definitely afraid of spiders and scary movies. So yeah, no.
Who are you? Will you be reviewing X-Men 97? Probably not, but I definitely want to watch it.
Yeah.
The Rizzler, if it's not too late, please don't review this. It's the worst movie. The only question I can come up with is why. I'd rather watch paint dry in a church than consider watching this pile of shit again.
Yes.
But you don't
It's
have to
rough.
watch it again.
No.
You definitely don't. And I never
luckily,
will.
We never will again.
No, of course not. God help us. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like, I think I'd rather watch Venom 2. That's how bad this was. And Venom 2 upsets me more because it's Venom you're ruining, not Madam Web. I can give a fuck about Madam Web.
It's true.
So, yeah, that's all the fan questions. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Hollywood Hog Pod. And become a supporter of the show. Get all the bonus podcasts at patreon.com/Hollywood Hogwash. I'm done. This took everything out of me. So, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Go fuck yourself, Madam
Worst
Web.
movie of all time.